Hi, I'm Terry Ammerman with the Terry Ammerman Group. That's the company that I own and operate, and I have been in the communications business since 1981. I've been doing this my entire career. So today what I want to talk about is credibility. I had said a few videos ago that I was going to talk about what we refer to as the 4 C's: control, confidence, credibility, and connection. So let's talk about credibility. One of the things that I think is so important to understand about credibility is something that we've learned that was done with scientific research, and that is, what are the key components of credibility? Many people think that the key component of credibility is expertise, that you've got to have that expertise to be credible. Well, what we've learned is that yes, you want to have that expertise, but that's not the most important thing. The most important aspect of credibility is care and concern. Care and concern is the number one criteria of credibility. 50% of a pie chart that shows the 4 different components. The 4 different components are care and concern, honesty and openness, commitment and dedication, and competence and expertise. But 50% of that pie chart is care and concern, and it's established within the first 30 seconds of watching a presentation or listening to someone in a communication situation. So why that's so fascinating is that I spend most of my career working with engineers, mostly male engineers, although now there are more and more women, young women, coming into the engineering field, and they are the ones more than ever who believe that their credibility is tied to their expertise. But when we talk about credibility being tied to care and concern, what that means is that it's important as a communicator to let the person or the people to whom you're communicating know that you know what matters to them, and it also matters to you. You care about it. So what does that look like, for example? Well, it looks like if you were going in and talking to your employees, for example, and you were going to implement a new software program, let's say. Well, it's important to appreciate that you're most likely talking to a group of employees who are already overworked, already very busy, don't like change. So when they hear a new software program is going to be implemented, it's not good news. It may be good news for the company. Maybe it's going to offer more than what they typically had before. It may be good news for you, but you want to influence them that it's good news for them. So what do they care about? Well, one of the things is they care about their workload. So a connecting phrase like, I know how busy you are, and I appreciate that learning this new program is going to add to your workload in the beginning. Those are statements that simply say to the people you're talking to, I know your situation. It's helpful. But then what is it, if you're going to ask them, or you're going to, rather, if you're going to establish what does it mean to them? Well, I know this is going to add to your workload in the beginning, but in the long run, it's going to make your job a lot easier. So regardless of who you're talking to, you want to say these things are important because in the long run, inner work is so important, because in the long run, it's going to give you healthier relationships, more peace of mind, etc. So you're looking for ways to connect to the people to whom you're speaking so that they appreciate, that you appreciate where they're coming from, what matters to them. And then you're going to do something that I call vision before process. Vision before process means that you're going to talk about the overall vision first, and then you're going to talk about how you're going to get there. And what I find very often is people forget to talk about the big overview first. So the big overview on a situation like, let's say you're going to move your family to Dallas. We're going to move to Dallas. I have a brand new job. I'm going to be making a lot more money. You are going to go to a new school, but we're going to have a home near a swimming pool. This is going to be an opportunity for you to make new friends, to finally be able to swim as often as you want to, or whatever it might be. That's the vision. The process is, so this weekend we're going to start packing. That's the process. But without the vision first, the process just sounds like a whole lot of work. In fact, the process is a whole lot of work no matter what. But if people hear the vision first, they're going to be more likely to engage in the process without giving a lot of pushback. So you're looking for ways to connect. Connect is going to be my fourth word, and we're going to talk about that in the next video. But you're looking for ways to communicate to the people to whom you're speaking in a way that says, I know what matters to you, that matters to me too. Now, another thing that you can use when you are talking to someone in a work situation, in a relationship, and I've mentioned this in previous videos, it's going back to your values. So if you're going to talk to someone about a specific value, honesty is, let's say a best friend you found out didn't tell you the truth about something. You know, Sarah, in our relationship, I've always felt like it was based on honesty, and that's always been really important to me, and I know it's been important to you. But I sense that when we talked about this situation last Friday, that you weren't being completely clear with me about what really happened. So I was hoping that if we talked through it today, that you could tell me what's really going on. Now, do you see how that's compassionate, caring, non-judgmental? How could you lie to me after all of this time we've been friends? That feels good for about 20 seconds. It doesn't get the job done. The thing that I really want to do in these videos that I'm sharing is I want to teach you communication skills that get the job done. These are things that work when you're doing them intentionally and you're able to calm the triggers. In other words, you're able to go into a situation that maybe hurt you, maybe frustrated you, and you're able to talk to the people who need to hear that message in a way that does show care and concern. And even though you might be really angry, first of all, if you are really angry, wait until that anger subsides. If you feel like you need to march into their office or pick up the phone or send a nasty text, that will not serve you. Now, this is not about right or wrong, what's right or what's wrong behavior. It's what do you want to accomplish? And if you want to accomplish solving a problem with someone while salvaging the relationship, using that care and concern first to establish credibility is going to be your secret sauce. So that's one of the key things to remember about credibility, and I will be back with my next video to talk about connection. Have a great evening. Bye-bye.